I'm doing a giveaway. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how you can enter to win. Alrighty, y'all, we are here for the finals of the Storybook Brawl Community Gaming Tournament. So how this is going to work, we are going to be in the top 8 of this event right now. These are the 8 players that we're playing against, and we are going to play 3 games. And score is going to be tracked as normal, as it is in tournaments. And after the end of those 3 games, whoever has the highest score, that will determine the payout here. So I'm kind of thinking Celestial Tiger again. I honestly can't even remember because there's just been so much adrenaline. Oh, you know what? It's actually just Loki, isn't it? Yeah, this is a Loki game. I'm sorry, I kind of just looked over it. I don't play too much Loki because he's just so random, but maybe he can help us spike a win here. We'll see which part of the... shoot. Okay, this is a really bad first spell to grab. I was going to reference the multiverses, right? The variants and stuff. I think we will just abandon the hope of winning on this first combat and take a Lonely Prince. I don't think it's worth picking up a 2-2 against Pied Piper. We're just going to lose that one, and it's not worth it. So we'll just pick up a Lonely Prince, get a 5-5 for a future turn, maybe win a future for Glory or Wish Upon a Star. But for right now, we are just going to go for that. All right. Again, not a crazy shop. We are going to play for the future with another Lonely Prince and roll. Definitely would love to find a Cindy or a Sure Shot next turn. Whew. Let's also get these nerves out. We've already won. We've already at least made money in this tournament. Our results in these games are going to determine how much money we're making. So pretty sweet stuff. I was very happy just to be a part of all of this and yeah, have some fun with it. We are going to be taking a bunch of damage as Loki in the early game, which is definitely not what Loki is meant to do. He'll troll us a little bit, have us take a little bit more damage, even so with the Forbidden Fruit, but then we get to turn some things around. Taking a Cindy, really good on Loki, really good with a pair of frogs, and then I believe we are going to roll. I love Golden Chicken. A Lonely Prince is interesting. We're locking here. Hey, I'm locking here. Am I locking here? Am I just locking for Polywoggle? No, I'm just picking this up and taking a spinning wheel. Hey, I'm not locking here. Okay, Frog Prince, 11-11, kind of awkward, but will win us this combat just by itself, so that's pretty nice. We get to dish out 6 damage to Mortel as well, and now we've got a bonus gold to spend on all of our turns. Don't love this shop. I think I'll pick up Crafty, roll, and then do something else, but we do have Earthquake here, which is pretty huge news. Means that we probably just win this combat regardless of what we do. Let's see if we can find a prized pig. How about that? How about prized pig? No. Do you find doubly? Definitely pushing us in the Dwarven direction. Don't really love Peep because we'll just cast Falling Stars next turn. Kind of troll, kind of silly. Do I want to roll for another Crafty at this point or just pick up a 2-2 doubly? I don't hate dwarves on Loki. Like, I'm not going to pick a Bossy, though. That's the awkward part. Dwarves just have so little support at this point in the game. Almost somewhat inclined to pick up Tiny. I'm just going to wind up rolling and picking up a Tiny anyways, so I guess this was fine. Could have gone for Vampire. Could lock for a pair of Romeos next turn. I think I will. I like that direction a little bit more than worrying about what else Loki has got for us with the dwarves I just don't think that's what we want to do. We do actually lose this combat, so a little bit awkward. We got a little bit cocky. Take 7 down to 25. We are towards the bottom of this lobby right now. Pretty awkward stuff. We will be casting another Earthquake. And we do actually have the option to pick up Good Witch here now as well. So I think I will do so. At which point I'm just locking on to another Romeo. That doesn't seem right. Let's just take this and then roll. We were specifically looking there for, I think, Stag. Actually kind of forget. But yeah, we will have on our 4.0 turn the Cinderella spell. So that's kind of interesting. That will give us potential options into Bounty Board. Yeah, kind of interesting. I don't know. Haven't really played too much Loki. Just gonna try to eke out like a 3rd or 4th place finish. If we can get to that point, I'm pretty happy. That puts me in a spot to earn a decent amount of money playing a game that I love. And you can't go wrong with that. So let's see how all of that winds up. I think we do wind up losing this combat as well. So we will take 6 more damage down to 19. But all that means is that Gingerbread Knight is now active. And we are also having a Gingerbread party right about now. I guess we did kind of want to go into Royals. We'll have 2 upgraded Royals plus a Romeo next turn. It's not a bad avenue. I kind of like that. I will pick up a Crafty. And we could take a Lucky, or we could roll 2 more times for another Romeo. There's Princess Peep right here, but not super excited about that. We could also find another Crafty. Bossy is interesting. It's +2/+2 across the board. I think I actually kind of like Bossy and might sell off Tiny. Pick up Ogre. Do something like this. This is really not terrible stats for the current turn. We pick up a Ogre Princess and just slightly more stats. Next turn, we're going to grab ourselves a tier 2 treasure. Could be Good Book. Could be Skip's Puzzle Rune. I don't know why he's squeezing a heart. That Skip's Puzzle Rune, but it's like a little thing. It's a little rock, a little rune you can hold in your hand. Ogre Princess not quite going to get the sleigh. Duke Silver with a Juliet already, so that's kind of annoying. And then a bunch of backline stuff looking pretty good for them there. We are going to wind up taking 6 damage down to 13. Again, Gingerbread Knight looking good. Other options looking somewhat interesting. I think I'm definitely taking Secret Stash with how low our health is. It is awkward with the Crafties, but we'll figure out something else to do with the Crafties. Let's take Ogre Princess, roll for Arthur, roll for Juliet. Court Wizard, also an option on the table. Could do something like this. Yeah, I'm going to put both of those here. Then I can just pick up the Romeo, pick up the Court Wizard, selling off these dwarves. Honestly, I think I'm into it. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's sell off these dwarves, pick up Romeo. It potentially builds us into a treasure, but we're really just doing this because Juliet is such a good tempo pickup. So looking for Juliet next turn, looking for Arthur next turn. We'll cut the Good Witch. We're also looking for Romeo and Ogre Princess next turn. So a lot of different options that we're playing into. All kind of the same option. And then Gingerbread Knight. Gingerbread Knight is a 14/14. So I feel like there's a lot of good units, and you know what? I'll add one more to that. Court Wizard. We'll also pick up Court Wizard. So that's kind of why I found myself into this comp. It's just going to give us a lot of options for ways to improve our board right now. Let's see if we'll be able to do so. Ogre Princess going to slay and stay. Not going to be as lucky with the second one. Do think we are going to lose this combat, and we will take a decent amount of damage on the back end. But Court Wizard's going to help clear up some things for a second here, and maybe we can get a prized pig gold from that, I mean. Not quite going to be so lucky. So we do wind up taking a bunch of damage. We go down to 5, but we've got some bonus gold this turn. And Loki definitely just rolled a Juliet out of the shop. I'm almost sure of it. Could Baba Yaga these ogre princesses, but we just need to survive for another second here. Let's take an Arthur. Let's put in a Cindy. Probably do this. Love to find a Juliet here still, so gonna roll a wee bit for that. All right, let's take Romeo. It's gonna be good here still. Good fancy pants onto a Juliet. We can roll and then still buy it. Could also take the Nutcracker. Just gonna take fancy pants. We've got effectively 2 rolls to hit either an ogre princess or a Juliet. All right, there's the ogre princess. That will mean that we are playing down a unit though. So does that make us change our play? I don't think so, because this is a bunch of stats, and then we get a tier 3 treasure here. I'll take a quiver for this. I think we just take the quiver for the court wizard at this point. And yeah, then probably do something like this. This seems right. Actually, this is just better. But this is fine. Could lock onto Friendly Spirit. I'm just going to try to play Royals, though, and see if we can make it work. Opponent with a Polywoggle in the first position. We attack right into it. Pop a Bear. Looking a little bit awkward, but here's where we get those bonus Court Wizard hits. 1 health remaining. Really, really awkward. Yeah, that was pretty terrible for us. Cupid's going to attack in, and we lose. We take 6 and die. All right, really unfortunate way to start off the finals. We're playing against some really good players here. Loki did not deliver, unfortunately, and that is going to start us off with an 8th place. Like I said, we still are in the money. We just got to see if we can climb out of this and get a little bit more. Alrighty, we are back for Game 2 of the finals of the Community Gaming Tournament. I'm snapping off Hoard Dragon at this point. After an 8th place finish in the first round of the finals, we got to do some high rolling if we want to try to win this thing and get a bigger share of the purse for ourselves. Basically how it breaks down, it's like $30 for 8th through 5th, and then I believe it's 150, 200, 300, 600 for the players above them. And because of that, we got a big hole to climb out of, and we're basically still playing for $100 over the course of the next 2 rounds if we can get some wins under our belt. So certainly going to try. We are going to be Hoard Dragoning it up, and one thing I do kind of like to do on Hoard Dragon is play mages. So we're going to take a little bit of a risk, pick up the 1-1 in this opening shop, and then see if we can't find a hat and a ball and some other fun things for this cat to play with. Cat just needs some toys. Cat needs a ball, right? Guess it might be better if Wizards Familiar was a dog, but it is a cat. It's a ball of yarn. We'll pretend the crystal ball. And, well, it's a shiny thing. Cats like shiny things, right? So that's somewhat interesting. Duke Silver being nice enough to allow us to trade that first combat. I think I'm going to go Blind Mouse and roll here on 2.2. That seems good to me. Do not find another mouse or another cat, but we are chasing both of those things, and we are going to be playing up against a Pied Piper, so we were probably losing this one regardless. Didn't want to waste my time casting a magic research. Let's just go ahead and roll for Blind Mouse and see if we can't high roll the lobby in that capacity. I think I might throw in a pair of rolls next turn, especially if I can find a Blind Mouse on the opening shop. I'll go Blind Mouse, then roll twice for free roll and other things to try to help us get there. BBD is going to slay with the Polywoggle. I'm sure they're pretty happy about that. We do not find any of our pairs, so that part is certainly awkward. And at the moment, I'm definitely tempted to just go Crafty Tiny, try to survive a little bit more, stay at 37 health. I think that's got to be the play. Could also go Labyrinth Minotaur Tiny, just have a little bit more trade potential. Obviously, Crafty has some synergy with Hoard Dragon because we want to pick up spells, and then Baby Root also has some synergy with Tiny if we just want to play the strongest board. Definitely picking up Tiny in any combination. Actually talking myself into Baby Root here, though. Let's do it. Let's try out Baby Root, and I'll backline the Wizard's Familiar to potentially eat a Baby Dragon hit and keep our front line alive just a little bit longer. And my opponent with a ranged unit, a little bit awkward, but we will get the win because of the Baby Root. So not a bad play at all. And either way, we were just picking up 2 units this turn. Didn't really matter to me which 2 we picked up. So I'm happy to have things land this way. Interesting options here. We've got Darkwood Creeper plus we have Darkwood Creeper plus Falling Stars. Then we also have Water Wraith plus Black Cat. Definitely an interesting option. Tempted to go Water Wraith plus Black Cat, and I'm obviously very tempted to go Darkwood Creeper. Problem is, if we go Darkwood Creeper, we're just picking up Black Cat. Just like not a great use of our other time here. So I think we're doing something like this. And then I think I am still casting this spell. A little bit weird, but I think it's what we want to do. And ultimately, this is fine. We're casting the spell to pump up the Wizard's Familiar and the Water Wraith effectively here because the Falling Stars. Ooh, there was a slightly better way to organize this board. I think having the Tiny attack first, but ultimately this is fine. If Black Cat can hit their Black Cat, that is just beautiful. So we're going to take out my opponent's prize pig, and we are going to get a win by the looks of it. A really, really close combat here, but we do get the win and the prized pig takedown. So a really, really good pivot into the next stage of this game. Do I want a Baby Root pair? I think I do. I also really like sharding here. But now we're just going to roll and pick up one more thing that costs 2, which is a Black Cat. Okay, okay. So now we start to look at something like, well, probably still this, eh? This is interesting. This is interesting. I like that we have 3 pairs right now. I really, really like that. I think that's going to help us find Crystal Ball and pop off. I am just trying to figure out how we make this Water Wraith work. And I think it just has to be like this. It's awkward, and I guess we can even do this instead of the other Black Cat. Seems fine. Yeah. This is fine. Definitely a little bit weird, but it is working out. Wonder Waddle with a Sky Castle. So you've got some nice stuff. And we are looking for Water Wraith to deliver us against a Queen of Hearts. And I believe it will. Yeah, it will actually get us a tie, which I'm willing to consider as a win. I will certainly pick up another Blind Mouse. I think I'll even pick up another Falling Stars alongside Cindy. Yeah, that's got to be the play. And then one more roll to get our first treasure. Tiny. Tiny. Okay, so here's what we do now. We roll twice, and then we're going to wind up having to sell something. Probably the pair of, well, next turn, or next we can just sell the Tiny if we find something right here. We do. Okay. So this is pretty straightforward. We sell the Tiny, we pick up the Wizard's Familiar. This gets us potentially Crystal Ball, potentially Merlin's Hat. We do also have the option to just take Treasure Map when we are Hoard Dragon. That could give us a tier. It could give us a crazy treasure with the Blind Mouse. But I'm gonna go Merlin's Hat because I think that the plan is to start balling. And I'm going to lock on to Free Spell plus Black Cat. We've still got 2 options here to look at high level, or tier 3 treasures. Find a treasure map a little bit further down the line, a little bit further down the road. I think that's going to be okay. But for right now, this is what we are going for. Falling Star is going to take out my opponent's backline Black Cat. That is nice for us. And then Black Cat attacks into our Black Cat. Really good combat RNG on basically all of these combats so far. Really like that. We are up against a Trophy Hunter. Did not notice that part. But really, really good combats. We are just barely going to lose to a single Black Cat in the back. We'll take 4 damage down to 32. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great about that. All right. Black Cat is the pickup to start things off. Yeah, let's lead with that. That is going to give us Crystal Ball, and we're hat-balling. Easy enough, fam. Easy enough. Feed something to the Kraken. Yes, let's feed Bossy to Kraken. We're going to grab another Tier 3 treasure this turn off of Cindy right now. Now I will take Treasure Map. Sure, why not? Then we will continue to cast spells. No. Okay, so now I'm going to look for Blind Mouse. And we find it. This gives us a Tier 6 treasure. And we are off to the... This gives us a Tier 7 treasure, y'all. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to eschew World Tree in favor of Black Prism Hat on 4.0. Feel like this might be good? I think so. We are going to sell off Baby Root to take ourselves a Prized Pig. Then we're going to take Flourish. Then we're going to take Health Potion, Luna's Grace, and do I want to Kidnap against the Fates? Or do I just want Spinning Gold so that I can find more mages? Let's Kidnap. Seems fine, seems fun. I think we won this lobby. Woo! Hoard Dragon baby. All you gotta do is believe. And Hoard Dragon, I'm a believer. Couldn't leave you if I tried. We're gonna go for this emote because we've won the lobby and my opponent is quite quickly going to figure this out here. Yeah, he can't even be mad at an insane high roll like this. This is just absolutely incredible and yeah, insane. So we are going to be a little bit of a bully in this lobby against some of our opponents, but we'll see where that takes us. Definitely interested in mages, interested in some XP, but I'm not sure if I'm interested in XP yet, just because we get so much out of casting spells. Like, this goes absolutely nuts. I think I take a Greedy as well before I cast that. Now everything's good. So it's basically like we built ourselves our own world tree here. This Wizard's Familiar is just going to get absolutely nutso. And we might as well play the Ogre Princess. And then I will go ahead and purchase XP. Selling off the Baby Root, selling off the Blind Mouse, that's tough. Let's sell off this Black Cat. Excuse me. Reason being that I want to... Let's do this. Let's do this. Wait, Water Wraith has a chance to grow. I wanted to keep a tree around, so that way we can cast Flourish. It's going to be quite a powerful spell when we can Black Prism it. Love to pick up any mages. I'll pick up an Aeon sooner or later. Let's let Duke Silver in on the joke that we've won the lobby already. Wow, this is just absolutely insane. Getting free cash from it as well from Ogre Princess and Greedy. Just absolutely nuts. Just absolutely nutso over here. So let's see what else we can find. We picked up a free unit. I am going to want a Baba Yaga eventually, I believe. So might as well take it now. No, you know what? I don't want that yet. I just want to find anything with the word mage on it for right now, actually. Okay, there's my tree. Buying Golden Chicken before casting the tree spell is really good. Okay, let's True Love's Kiss and Mix-a-Wizzle our whole board. Okay, 9 Sea Terror gives us a Mimic Chest. And a Wand of Weirding. I'm just going to skip on this for now. No. We do not find any... Okay, we did not get to cast that spell. We did find an Aeon here at some point. And sugar and spice, and this, and sure, why not? We'll see what happens. We just made our board into all evil things, so maybe we found some trees in there. It's going to take a second till we get to see the combat because everything is sharding right now. So once those animations are done, then we will get to watch the combat. Very weird interaction that comes up every once in a while. We found ourselves with 2 pumpkins and an Ashwood Elm. Yeah, definitely a weird ordering. We'll support the Baba Yaga on the Aeon in future turns. Let's let BBD in on the joke here now. All right, crazy stuff. Aeon, you are getting supported by a Baba Yaga. Tree, you go in the front. Pumpkins, you go in the back. And I'm sure we will change this board up once or twice more before we're out of here. So not a huge deal. Magic Research. Looking good. Yep. All right, upgraded Good Boy. 2 upgraded Good Boys plus a Lancelot. All of that is seeming pretty reasonable. We also get 2 bear stands for the back row. And we'll throw in a dragon right here. Let's cast some more spells. Let's just pick up a vampire. Cast this on it. I'm actually good with this board. We are sticking with this board here now. Spellweaver, we could pick that up. I mean, we want to replace these things eventually, but I think that we can find better ways to do so. And, yeah, I think that this is looking pretty reasonable. Sure, let's just put this Good Boy there. And I do actually want this Good Boy to die as soon as possible so that Hercules can get the double hit and we get another tier 7 treasure. If we can find World Tree at this point, I will toss the hat or the ball for the World Tree, I do think. Hercules will get to activate. Will I'll toss for Holy Grail as well. Yeah, Holy Grail and World Tree, then we're rolling for a triple on this. Well, we got both of them as options here. Let's... Oh, that's tricky. Let's just take World Tree and let's go ahead and end the lobby as quick as we can, I think. I think that's going to be the best way to do this. Now we get to put in Lordy. We get to throw this over here. Doombreath actually still plays. We take out the Lance. We get to upgrade both of our Bear Stains right now. Just don't think that that's worth the coin. It doesn't actually give that much to the board. We could play a Lancelot. It will activate quite quickly and give us a tier 6 treasure, which could be Mimic Chest or something else fun. Healing Potion doesn't actually play. Let's roll. Could have bought and sold the Golden Chicken. Okay, this allows Lancelot to slay, so let's get it in there. We could have also just backlined Lancelot, but this seems fine as well. Oh, Lordy was going to make Lancelot activate. Well, that's fine. All right, we'll grab the tier 6 treasure here. If it is Mimic Chest, we will be tossing, I believe, Crystal Ball or for Mimic Chest or Ninth Book of Merlin, and then we'll try to get this Black Prism out of here and grab the other half of either Ninth Book or Mimic Chest. I don't actually want to croc this board because I think it's just so winning right now, but I don't know. I guess it would be something we'd have to consider. All right, so Lancelot's going to go down. Let's see if these good boys go down. Our backline should be safe enough, though, to not die, which is important because we want to just deal the most damage that we can. And in this case, that's going to be 15 damage to conquer. Tier 6 treasure is Ninth Book of Merlin. Let's go ahead and throw that in. And I believe we just toss the crystal ball here. Wand of Weirding's interesting. Yeah, it's going to be Ninth Book. Let's toss Crystal Ball. This seems fine. And then let's put in Doom Breath. I think actually Shoulder Fairy's kind of interesting. We only get to cast one spell each turn, so I probably actually want to save some gold, like triple this Good Boy or something like that. Okay, another good boy's really good, as is an Echo Wood. So let's throw those in. I think those make it pretty tough to lose. And then we're going to toss Lancelot. We're going to pick up Echo Wood. This all seems great. I'm not going to cast Falling Stars. I am just going to hold here. And I think that we have done it. We found ourselves with a win. All it took was Exodia in the finals of a $1,000 tournament. But you know what? That is a ton of fun. Good boy can even move back here a little bit more. It's just not going to die. We really want this other good boy to die, but we'll see what even happens. I guess we just need to avoid monster book scams from Trophy Hunter, and we do. So that's all she wrote. If Monster Book attacked into this good boy, we could have had an interesting combat. However, that is not the case. We are going to have an easy peasy combat here. Good boy will spawn a bunch of stats, and then we'll take him out with the Gumblegore. That will not be a kill, though. So Mortel will hang on just barely. Could have taken Court Wizard, but I'm not into it. Oh, this will be a tier 7 treasure, actually. Do I even want a tier 7 treasure? I really don't. I want to be combining baby bears. Sorry, I did not even think about that. It's just a waste of time. What does that even give us? It could give us a Magic Sword 100. And I could take out the Oni Tyrant to then just give them all a bunch of stats. Oh, it could give us Mirror Mirror. That's pretty good, isn't it? No Mirror Mirror. A Round Table isn't super impressive. Fairy Queen's Wand might actually just be more stats. Feels a little bit wrong. No, you know what? Let's go Magic Sword plus 100, and let's throw this guy right there. And then, yeah, let's just cast one more spell to round things out. I could have taken the Scion of the Storm. Maybe that is actually the best build from here. Take Scion of the Storms, and then look for magic, or, what is it called? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But Mirror Mirror. I think that is the best treasure to add to the board while still building on the things that we currently have. So that should probably be the idea. Let's see if we can't find that in the next turn, though the game is almost over. Could go Baby Bear. A Lordy is just more stats than Oni Tyrant. We could play both. This seems fine. Just have to not get scammed. If we can just avoid the scam, I think we are in an absolutely incredible spot. I can sell my full bench for another Lordy. Sounds good to me. Have to decide if I want to sell off this Bear Stain or this Oni Tyrant. But Oni Tyrant potentially builds into another treasure. This gives +10/+10 on attack. This just gives +4/+4 to all three of them. Or to everything. Gives +4/+4 to everything. Let's just pick up another Lordy, though. That seems good enough to me. And yeah, I'm not really stressed. I'm just trying to optimize as much as I can here. And I do think that the best thing for this board is rolling, finding another... Oh, you know what? That's probably better, huh? Let's just put the Magic Sword plus 100 on the upgraded good boy. Yeah. I was putting it on this one because I didn't think this one will ever die, but let's just put it on the upgraded one because that's a ton more stats. It does probably mean that both of my good boys die, but as long as my good boys can be stronger than Wonder Waddle's good boys, which I do think that they will be, we will get the win. But it's a good boy fight towards the end here, but we've got World Tree and Ninth Book of Merlin, so not feeling too terrible about my odds in that case. We are going to get a kill onto Wonder Waddle, and then it's us versus Trophy Hunter in the finals, assuming Trophy Hunter is not already dead. And that answer is no. We are going to play one more. Pigomorph does seem fine against a Trophy Hunter. Let's do it. Let's do it. Might want to cut Good Boy against a Trophy Hunter. I'm fine just rolling, even if we lose. Whatever. I rolled past it. Even if we lose, I don't think that there's really any way that we can lose. This was disgusting. I am just going to post in the chat here. I don't know how to spell disgusting. Disgusting. Disguising. I don't know how to spell disgusting. That's today's giveaway word. Put disgusting in the chat and you can win the dust. No, still do. I think it's gold currently. Though depending on when this comes out, I don't know. This might be a new word. Maybe we need disgusting here. Good luck. Good luck to Trophy Hunter. They already reported themselves as second. Let's see. What did they get? They do have a Good Boy. Pigo's going to hit on Cupid. My Good Boy is going to swing in and kill their Good Boy. They don't get the Slay. And yeah, this is quite a devastating one there. They actually did have like chances to win in some capacity if they found a hit onto my small Good Boy. But we are going to indeed take home the win. So we've got the chance now to win some real money on this last game. Should be fun. Let's see how it goes. Here we go, the final game of the tournament, and you know I gotta do it again. Evella is an okay hero. I don't really like Beauty. Sphinx is the worst hero in the game. Let's go for Hoard Dragon. See what we can do here. We are actually currently in 4th place, so I don't feel as big of a need to do some kind of crazy spike. However, actually we're tied for 3rd place currently. It's pretty tight though, with 5 of the players, I would say, in a pretty tight congestion. Conquer is ahead of the rest of the pack, and then Kokodan is towards the end, and everybody else is within 13 to 8 points congested in the middle. So it does seem like this could be anybody's game, and anybody can take this one. And I am happy to take ourselves a princess to flip over a Lonely Prince next turn. Not sure if we're going to cast Sugar and Spice or if we're going to roll. If we see a Frog Prince or a Sure Shot roll into the shop, then I think I will pick up the Sugar and Spice, or potentially even cycle out in and out the Black Cat. Otherwise, we are potentially going to be taking Frog Prince and rolling for some pairs here to really get things started. We are going to wind up tying this combat, which is nice against Trophy Hunter. We could have lost it and taken 4 here, which would have been a little bit annoying. And Cinderella was the other one that I was thinking of that will make me lock. So in this case, we will have 5 gold next turn, which is really interesting to consider. That means we could cycle Black Cat, take Frog Prince, next turn pick up Cindy, something else, Sugar and Spice, or we can just take Cindy, Sugar and Spice this turn, start building to that tier 3 treasure, locking on to Frog Prince, planning on taking whatever's left. And you know what? With that, I'm actually going to lead with Sure Shot. My opponent with 3 units, we have to get lucky here and win the 50-50. So let's see if we do next turn. We're just going to pick up Frog Prince and 1 other unit, though. We actually can throw in a roll as well. We do get unlucky and lose the combat, so we will take 3 damage for that. But ultimately, not too bad. 2 options here, actually, and I think I like this one. I think I just like taking Frog Prince and Bad Billy and then casting a spell, and we're halfway to Cindy. Does awkwardly tie us to Bad Billy in a really weird way compared to just rolling. But I think this gives us a pretty strong board. We are going to be fighting up against a Wonder Waddle here as well. And I think I'm going to lead with Sure Shot here rather than backlining the Sure Shot. We'll just go Sure Shot in 1. 4 units in the front and see if we can take it down. Yeah, really tight lobby. Skip kind of falling out of favor. Kokodan needed to get lucky, so they are playing with some big risky plays here. Conquer, which is the pup on top of the lobby. He just needs a consistent finish to potentially win the whole thing. And yeah, we actually wind up winning this combat against Wonderwaddle. So love to see that. We're going to see if we can hat ball them all again. And it looks like we can, y'all. What do we want to do here is the question. Do we even want to care about Spellweavers at this point in the game? And I think the answer to that is that we should ignore the Spellweaver just yet. Pick up Wizard's Familiar, cast the spell. Next turn we'll have 1 tier 3 treasure. We're building towards another with the Bad Billy, and building towards another with some combination of these units. We are playing up against Fallen Angel this turn, so I do think that we will probably lose this fight. Take a little bit of damage, take 5 or 6. We do have a ranged unit. Fallen Angel might not have found the time to pick up a ranged unit, so that's kind of what we're looking for. I gotta close this window, it's way too bright. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do here. Potentially 2 treasures as soon as next turn. Alright, that is really bad combat RNG for us, but ranged unit go? Ranged unit get there? Not quite. Yeah, we only take 5. That's about what I said. Towards the low end of that. I'm happy with that. Not super happy with Wormroot. Queen of Hearts is interesting. We just can't cast this on anything that we have. So if we want to cast it on Ogre Princess, that's fine. But that means we're done with our turn. So I don't love that, so I'm going to roll. We find some pairs. I'm going to go ahead and do this and this, and then end the turn by Mix-a-Whizzling the Queen of Hearts. And that's going to give us hat already, which is a lot of fun. So let's take the hat. We can put in the Wizard's Familiar. We can even put it in here or here. That seems fine. And then we've got this pair of pretty big billies for the turn. We are up against Pup, so I'm not expecting to do super well. A 40 health Pup. Conquer just leading the lobby, leading the entire tournament. Set up to win themselves some nice money right here, but we've got 3 pairs, and we already have the hat. There is a chance we can just do the hat ball run back yet again. So that would be really, really awesome. 3 different chances to do it as well. So that's what we're going to be pursuing over the course of the next 2 turns. Princess Peach plus Black Cat does mean that we will be getting a loss right here, but I guess it's not the worst thing, all things considered. We are only going to be taking 7 damage down to 25. They get a spinning gold into 4.2. Okay, it's a little bad. It's a little terrible. Let's not worry about it. Let's roll. Let's pick up the Lonely Prince. We love to see that. That's going to get us Crystal Ball, and from there, we will pick up Spellweaver. We love all of this. Do I want Forbidden Fruit? Just for a little bit of stuff right now? No, I want to hat ball this turn even. Let's do this. All right, we were hoping to hit this. I'm just going to finish off with a free roll, I believe. We could sell 2 things. We could sell Kitty Cup Purse plus Cindy to pick up Blind Mouse, which allows us to do some similar things as last game. I'm not completely opposed to it. But I don't need a tier 5 treasure on Hoard Dragon, so it really only works if I've already found the treasure map, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's just go for this. Go for this. Bad Billy, now our weakest unit. I think I'll keep Cindy in the back for upgraded damage. Nah, let's just go for strongest combat. We could still lose this combat, this turn, which is totally fine. Goal is to then pick up some Spellweavers, pick up some Wizard's Familiars, and scale out over the course of the next few turns. Greedy, looking pretty sweet, plus a bunch of other tier 4 units, is going to look a little bit scary for us. Sherwood Sure Shot, or not Sure Shot, Spellweaver looking good for my opponent, and then Donkey looking pretty awkward for us. So they are going to make a little trouble for us this combat. They deal some nice damages to us. We've got some interesting things that we could pick up here. I think I am just going to go for a Gingerbread Knight. That is a bunch of stats. I'm not going to take the Frog Prince, though. I'm going to try to cast some spells this turn. I don't really like flipping the Frog Prince, so I'm not going to. Okay. Oh, we don't even have a tree. Drat. Okay. Not looking super great for us. We can For Glory, or we can sell to try to... We could also sell... it's not really great options. Like, we could sell 4 things to pick up a Nutcracker. I don't love any of my options here. I think I just have to go For Glory and hope that that is enough, while ultimately expecting that it will not be. That's all I've got. Did not gain nearly the amount of stats that I would like to this turn. We picked up a Gingerbread Knight and then we rolled 4 times and did not find a castable, ballable spell. But if we can survive one more time, I think we can climb out of this. I'd love to have 14 health and not lose this combat to Gwen, so that way we just have a little bit more wiggle room in terms of allowing ourselves to not get scammed in the future. That's kind of my concern here. Kitty Cutpurse is going to slay. We are going to take a little bit of damage here, 9 down to 5, so scams will just straight up kill us, and we're playing up against the Scam Daddy Trophy Hunter. All right, don't love this, but do have the option to pick up a monster book and scam back. That has some interesting implications. I think I will do that. Okay. Then we've got 2 rolls to hit relevant spells. We love to see it. Shard of the Ice Queen still feeling pretty awkward here. Could just throw it onto a unicorn, potentially hit Bad Billy, potentially hit Kitty Cutpurse. Alright, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna give us Kitty Cutpurse. Then I've got to feed something to the Kraken to continue on with my turn. That's great. This gives us a bunch of additional gold here, as well as a health potion. We do have a monster now. And I think I'm going to start feeding cats to the Kraken. Or just Cindy. Let's feed Cindy to the Kraken. Actually running out of time now. So much has happened. We just had so much krakening happening. Let's see if we can find one more thing before the turn's up. I'll take a chicken. I'll take a kidnap, lock onto another monster book. Definitely a little bit weird. I can't sell for the monster book in any capacity this turn though, so I'm just gonna have to play basically down a unit with this Kitty Cutpurse. Maybe Mummy can hit it? No, Mummy hits what I invested so much into. That's really unlucky. That is a huge high roll from Trophy Hunter here, and might be enough to put us out. It is. Oh wait, no. Wizard's Familiar can hang on for one more second. We can hit the Mad Mim. Whew. Wow, that did not feel like an 8th place game, but it is indeed going to be an 8th place. I really tried. I think we did some fun stuff this tournament regardless. Found the hat ball twice in the finals, and ultimately I am really happy with my performance, but that is going to be the end of this tournament for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this journey. Definitely had fun playing in it. That is going to be it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace. This week's giveaway word is gold. Each week I use a new code word. That's just to distinguish who's commenting for which week, and the reason I have you guys say a code word, that way I can tell who is interested in the dust and who's just commenting to say hi or that they enjoyed the video, stuff like that. You can definitely do both. Just make sure you include this week's code word. You can also enter as many times as you want per week once per video. You can go back, leave comments on old videos, just make sure they include this week's word, but there's no limit to how many times you can enter, other than, I guess, the amount of videos that I have. And I've been putting out a bunch of Storybook Brawl videos since last October, so yeah, there are a bunch of opportunities to enter to win. You can go through the backlog and watch some of those, but it's been really fun to receive the comments from you guys, get that level of interaction. You can also come join me on my Discord, which I'm trying to grow right now, just so that I have, one, feedback on my titles and thumbnails and things like that, but I also have some fun ideas for special game modes that I could make work with lobbies of players in the future. So feel free to check that out as well. There is a link to that in the video description, and help me climb on my way to 1,000 subscribers. I'm getting there slowly but surely, and thank you guys all very much for your support.